Privacy Watch, federal investigators are tapping into the records from departments of motor vehicles across the country without Americans' consent. That's according to a new report by the Washington Post. They found the FBI and Immigration and Customs Enforcement using driver's license databases as a surveillance system. The records in those databases provide photos of the majority of a state's residents, many of whom have not been charged with a crime. Drew Harwell is the author of that article and a reporter for the Washington Post. He joins me now from Washington. Drew, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So break this down for us. What is this technology primarily used for?
It's used for pursuing a criminal investigation, for finding a person of interest, for really doing anything that an FBI or ICE agent would want to do to identify somebody. And what they do is send a photo of somebody they're looking for to a state DMV official who can then scan all of their driver's license photos and potentially return a match.
Legislators at both the federal and state level have not authorized the development of such a system. So how did they start using the technology this way?
They kind of did little handshake deals called memorandums of understanding, where the FBI would sort of say to the DMV official, let's work together. If I need to hopefully find somebody from your records, maybe I can email you or send you a court order or a subpoena, some sort of piece of paper that will allow me to scavenge through your records. This is interesting, though, because we have, as American voters, often pushed back against sort of a national registry of identities. And yet what these investigators have done is effectively created that by sealing these state relationships and helping them gain this, huge surveillance power.
So you report, quote, civil rights advocates have said the inaccuracies of facial recognition pose a heightened danger of misidentification and false arrests. Lawmakers have made similar arguments. What actions have legislators on both sides of the aisle, have they taken to respond to the use of this system?
They're calling for either moratoriums, just putting pause on the whole thing, or effectively, stopping the use of facial recognition altogether. It's one of those rare topics in Washington that Democrats and Republicans actually seem to agree on. But as for actual tangible law, we're not there yet. I think they're having a hearing on Wednesday to talk more about this. There's some interest in getting a law passed that would actually put some teeth into some facial recognition laws, but we're not there yet. And I think we're still a ways away from having a real clear-cut vision for how facial recognition should be used.
Drew, I want to pull out another quote from your article. You write, the records also underscore the conflicts between the laws of some states and the federal push to find and deport undocumented immigrants. What sort of issues have come up because of this?
Around immigration specifically, because ICE is making those requests, and because they're doing those scans in states, some of the dozen states across the country that allow undocumented immigrants to either obtain a full driver's license or get a more limited version of a license called a driving privilege card. Because those databases overlap, there's a worry that undocumented immigrants could be pinpointed in this way, and that ICE investigators could use facial recognition to potentially find people they want to deport out of the country. And you see that in some of the records where some of the charges they're pursuing have to do with visa overstays, passport fraud, identity fraud, even just suspicious circumstances. Those are all things that investigators are looking for, and the worry is that, are they using this facial recognition technology to find immigrants and boot them out of the country?
And lastly, Drew, when you reached out to the FBI for comment, they referred you to congressional testimony from last month regarding facial recognition technology. So how has the agency defended the use of this system?
The FBI, like police agencies across the country that use facial recognition, say this is a important tool for them. But without this, they're left to the more primitive ways of finding people and establishing probable cause. And they feel like this technology is out there. Why can't we use it? It's in a lot of people's iPhones. It's in, an important part of, computing today. And yet, there is a worry that this could go a step too far. And, the power of facial recognition is that you can identify anybody from afar. You don't need their fingerprints. You don't even really need their consent or their knowledge. And so there's a worry that with this power, the government could overstep their rights and maybe overstep the bounds that most Americans really want them to uphold. So that's where we're at now. And I think nobody's really pushing back against the FBI's power in this. So we'll see what the politicians want to say as to setting some real clear-cut rules.
All right, Drew Harwell, fascinating report. Thank you so much.
Thank you.